Yeah, Rick Barber, running for U.S. Congress here in District 2. A lot of you are familiar faces. Appreciate you coming out. Thank you so much. We are absolutely just can't tell you how excited we are. Getting in this race, we were the biggest underdog anybody could imagine. We were estimated by the pundits, by the experts, that we wouldn't get 10% of the vote. We were able to get 3 times that, and we are just excited momentum going in our campaign. Everything Ms. Roby just said is absolutely dead on. Every single word of it is absolutely the things we need to do. But something, before we get to that point, is we got to get there. And what I want to talk about today is what I feel is the most important thing we should be discussing in the next few weeks, and that's how we're going to defeat Bobby Bright. Bobby Bright is an entrenched congressman. He's popular throughout the wiregrass. He has a somewhat conservative record by what he's leading people to believe. So we're going to have a candidate that can defeat Bobby Bright and stand up to the rhetoric that he's going to sling, saying that he's a conservative candidate. He's a good leader. He's been there for us. He's been taking the good fight. And from day one, and the reason I got in this race was because I know Bobby Bright is not what he portrays himself to be. And from day one, I stood in this race and I said, I'm going to run a bold campaign. I want a leader who's going to be up in the liberals' faces. I want somebody who's going to be out there calling them to the table, taking them to task for the votes they stand and the things they don't stand for. We need leadership in Washington, D.C. And we need leadership that's not afraid from the start to take our leaders to task and hold them accountable. My involvement in this started as a Tea Party candidate. I mean, as a Tea Party person. I got started over a year ago. My first real essence with Bobby Bright was going to a town, one of his Congressman on the Corner events, that he wanted to have instead of a town hall meeting. I was able to get in front of Bobby Bright, ask him some pretty tough questions, ones that I got to see firsthand how Bobby Bright likes to dance around the answers. You ask him a yes or no question, it starts off, well, and you get this long dialogue, you don't get the answer. It's very frustrating. Second was when we took a bunch of seniors up to his office because he didn't want to have a town hall meeting again. This is when Bobby Bright chose to sneak out the back door because he didn't want to come out and acknowledge those seniors were there represented. Third was when we put together the town hall meeting on the Capitol steps because, again, he wanted to do his teleconferences. He wanted to do his, again, Congressman on the Corner events, which are very small and controlled environments that don't give you the chance to really ask the questions, especially not those very important follow-up questions that are always necessary to keep most political leaders held accountable. Once I got in the race, I continued that march. I continued that march by calling him out for his lack of leadership on repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell. For when he passed it, when he went and although he voted against health care, he never took a stand on it. And after passing it, he's doing nothing but defending it. He's not willing to step up for the repeal process. Me and my counterpart here both have agreed that we're going to fight as hard as we can to repeal the health care bill because we feel it's unconstitutional and it is a power grab. And so I approached Bobby Bright, put out a press release. I was going to be at his office with the repeal effort in hand because one of the criticisms he made about the health care bill was that it was unfortunate that it couldn't have been a bipartisan effort. So I thought, well, great, he voted against it, so he must be against it. So this is his chance to be a hero once again, join us and make it a bipartisan effort to repeal it because it's wrong. Again, Bobby Bright was a no-show. I tell you all this because I think it's imperative that we have leaders that are standing tall and taking the people to task that, again, are in front of us today, not being held accountable, not taking the hard issues, and standing up for what we believe in this conservative district. 3 times now in my congressional race, I've gained national attention. First was when I went and campaigned for Scott Brown, against all the people telling me that it was a waste of time, something I shouldn't do. But I was dedicated to fighting the health care bill. Scott Brown's election was a referendum on health care. So me taking 3 days to go help him get elected was absolutely the mission that I felt was most important at that time. And we got him elected. However, nationally, we did end up stopping health care. That doesn't change the fact that I'm willing to commit. I'm willing to do whatever is necessary to get there. But I got national recognition for doing that on Good Morning America. Lately, we just put out another pretty strong stand on that of the Ground Zero Mosque that's being put up in New York City. And although that's not a specific issue to District 2, I think it's a very fundamental, important issue to our nation on how we continue to let people that are not in the same belief and same culture as we are slap us in the face for the terrorist acts that continue to happen in this nation. That ad, again, took national recognition, got many national interviews. Just recently, we put out a preview to our upcoming TV ads. Also garnered us national attention. As of 2 nights ago, I was rated the #1 worst person, I think it was, worst person in the world by Keith Olbermann. I don't know about you. If I can get on Keith Olbermann's radar and make his countdowns #1, I must be doing something right as a Republican. And the only reason I point out this national recognition is because what I've also promised all through the election is that as a congressional leader, I will use the tools that I have. I will use my megaphone that I have, that's just access to the media, to bring the issues to light and rock the liberals back on their heels. Take their same game to them that they are taking to us that we have been losing for so long because they slowly chisel away at us. Just because you're a conservative, just because you believe in good quality argument, doesn't mean you have to be nice. If anybody doesn't think there's a war going on inside this country for our rights and our freedoms, you're wrong. We need a fighter in Washington. And I've shown time and time again that I'm willing to be out there on the front and lead a bold campaign. I will continue to do that against Bobby Bright. And that's how I'll defeat him. And when I get to Washington, D.C., that's how I will continue to hold him and every other elected representative accountable by using that megaphone, shaming those that need to be shamed, and then raising up those that need to be raised. And more than anything, using that megaphone to educate all of you. Because without your support, without the rest of the people's support throughout this nation, our efforts are useless. And the one thing I learned in the Tea Party, again, by being part of it, was the more we were informed, the more we were educated, the more we were engaged, the more powerful our actions were and the more effective we were at taking back control of our government, because it is our government. They work for us. So ask for your continued support. Continue the momentum. Barberforcongress.com is my website. If you hadn't had a chance to see the ad, please. There's controversy around. There's no doubt about it. But you know what? We need a little controversy on our side. We need little bold statements to get out there and make things happen. Once again, Rick Barber, thank you so much for your time.